Leo's insights are presented to challenge, inform, and encourage you in your quest to break free from school-based approaches to education. Building upon a foundation of unschooling, we sincerely hope these insights help you to consider how education can be truly unlimited.
In the last few blogs, I discussed how simple life can be when we choose to serve God rather than man and prioritize our lives to include God, family, and friends. Then I went on to show how we end up being directed in life by things we believe to be true, but we end up misguided because we do not question what is being presented. We have come to trust science, the experts, the professionals, and the authorities without considering that they could be wrong, or worse, intent on doing wrong. When filled with the false information we have come to believe, we end up pawns in a game that almost always takes us away from God and or the purpose for which we exist. However, it is not always because we have come to be filled with bad information that we stray from reality. It can certainly be as a consequence of being so busy, there's no time to stop and evaluate. There is also the problem of familiarity, which often causes us to miss two important issues. The first is we intend to make far too many assumptions. Without carefully evaluating what we are doing and why, we can find ourselves where we could never have imagined without having planned to get there. This could be a good thing, but it could also end up being bad. The second issue that familiarity brings is one that is not actually wrong, but rather a matter of the cumulative effects of routine activities. For instance, we can forget we are getting older. Getting older means that while we may be increasing in our abilities, we may be decreasing in our ability to keep up. Sometimes the slow accumulation of responsibilities can find us unknowingly overburdened, something like a frog in the water. That's what happened to me. I simply assumed more and more responsibility, not because there were no people to do the job I was doing, but because I got so good at doing what I was doing. It was easier for me to do the job than to train someone to do it. I built Education Unlimited one step at a time over a long period of time and slowly became the entire enterprise. I did not plan it that way, but that is what eventually came to be. Not that there was anything wrong with this, other than everything landing on my desk. Others in my life were starting to question how far or how long I could keep up with the full volume of responsibilities I was carrying. But I gave this concern only a passing thought as everything was running fairly smoothly until the beginning of 2021. The problem wasn't that I could not handle the daily duties of Education Unlimited, but that I was already overloaded when life started to fall apart. Adding all the extra things to an already ridiculous load required superhuman effort, which eventually led me to break down with COVID. As mentioned, it was a close call that made me stop and reflect on what I was doing. I realized the entire Education Unlimited system was in my head. And had I died, Education Unlimited would have died also. So I decided things needed to change. I had to think differently. Obtaining our own school has provided me with an excellent opportunity to do just that. The Education Unlimited Academy is being built upon the foundation I laid over the last 30 years, but this time by a group of people wanting to see the continuation of the ministry beyond the days when I can no longer contribute. Praise the Lord for continuing the Education Unlimited ministry.
We trust you were blessed by today's presentation. For more helpful information to guide you in your home education journey, please visit educationunlimited.ca and leogaumont.com. Be sure to like us and share us on Facebook.